Nessa Barrett as clickbait for his YouTube channel. We've got all the scoop for you. I'm Perez Hilton.
I'm Madison Brodsky.
And I'm Gabi Conti, and this is Live with Perez Hilton. Yes, Josh Richards just dropped a new YouTube video titled Ex-Girlfriend Gives Me a Tattoo, and that is not what the video is really about. Yes, his ex, Nessa Barrett, who he has been hanging out with a lot, does make a small cameo in this video, but she did not give him a tattoo. The video opens up with Josh and Blake Gray and friends playing with giant chunks of ice in their driveway, but apparently that did not go as planned, so Josh said he brought Nessa to give him a tattoo, and then said, "I'm not an effing idiot, Nessa. Thinks I'll let her tattoo my arm," and then he gets a tattoo by a professional. The most shocking part about this video might have to be that when Josh, Bryce Hall, and friends all pregame to go play golf, Bryce turns out to be the most mature one of the crew, which is something we haven't seen before. And it even appears like Bryce isn't even drinking as his friends are all chugging White Claws and he's on the course. Bryce just calmly eats a hot dog and says to the camera, "I want to see how much more obnoxious he can get," referring to Josh. So interesting video.
All right, let's be direct and quick.
Okay.
Is he using her as clickbait? Yes, obviously. If you're smart, you have an enticing headline or an enticing thumbnail. However, I do believe that you should satisfy people, that you should give them what you're promising. Not the best example, but I got accused. I wasn't even accused. I did a clickbait thing myself recently featuring a TikToker.
Oh, okay.
If you guys watching aren't familiar, on TikTok, there's this functionality called Stitch. You know about Stitch?
Oh, yes. You were telling me about
So
it.
instead of doing a duet, you can just use 5 seconds of somebody else's video. And then when it's done, you show up and you can comment on that. So this was last week. The world was a different place then, and I could barely focus. All I could think about was the election. So there was this video that Lauren Gray, who's a very popular TikTok star with over 40 million followers on the app, she posted a video of herself in a bikini dancing. And I said to myself, that's a great video. I know if I stitch her video that I will get views by using 5 seconds of her in a bikini. And my video had nothing to do with her, but I used her in a bikini to get views for myself. I think that's smart. Some people were upset at me, and some people, I'm sure, are upset at Josh for how he handled this video. Was the feedback?
The feedback, actually, we were kind of, that was the biggest thing I noticed, was that Nessa really wasn't in the video, but Josh has done this before. Look, we do it on Hollywire. Sometimes our titles could be a little misleading, but you watch the video, you find out what it's all about. The comments actually seem to be the most like intrigued by Bryce being the most mature in the video, because that almost trumped that.
Was this the same day that they got into the fight later? When they went golfing?
Different golfing. They went night golfing. They have these, like, they're not really courses, you know, you get a ball and you just hit it, and it's not like a full golf course.
Sure. It's like, I forget the name of it, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they have it in Vegas as well. Yeah.
Madison, what do you think about all this?
I mean, honestly, I think his friend said it best in the beginning of the video when he said, and I quote, "I mean, it's just another failed bit. What do you expect? You clicked on a Josh Richards channel. It's what you're going to get." So what were we expecting with that video headline? "My ideas don't work. I got a tattoo." Actually, in fact, Hollywire, I think we should rename this video to "Perez, Gabi, and Madison Get Tattoos with Josh Richards."
No.
So great to get tattoos. What do you guys say?
No, I don't have any tattoos.
No tattoos.
I have one.
You do?
I have one
what
like
is
right
it?
here. It's a John Mayer tattoo.
Oh my God. What is it?
What is it?
It's a Battle Studies heart with a lightning bolt through it from his Battle Studies merch. It was a mistake, is what it is. That's why I only have one tattoo.
So I like to
what about you?
I like to be transparent. I did not watch the Josh Richards video. I'm not his demo. And I knew that we were talking about it, and I knew that Gabi would do a great job of explaining it. So I didn't have to watch it. And also, I didn't want to give him my views. Simple as that. But explain to me, because I didn't watch, the ice bit. What's the ice bit?
Yeah, they had these giant like slabs of ice, and they were trying to like slide on it and kind of create like an obstacle course, and then they were throwing ice at each other, and then they threw ice over a fence, and they think they hit their neighbor's expensive car.
Oh, God.
But I don't think they did, because I feel like if they did, they would be the follow-up for that. That's when they stopped.
you know, he's still only 19, I believe.
Yes.
So, you know, if he wants to be doing immature things, Logan and Jake Paul did that well into their 20s. I'm nearer to 50 than I am to 20. That's for sure. So I like drama, and I follow the drama, but I'm not like obsessed with every single video that they put out or their life. However, I'm more interested in the true tea with Josh Richards and Nessa Barrett. Is there any update on that?
So the latest thing about Josh and Nessa, they have been hanging out a lot. They went as a couple's costume during Halloween, but also I think Bryce and Addison got all the attention, and people were less focused on Josh and Nessa dressing up as a couple's costume, as well as Jaden and Mads Lewis also were in a couple's costume that night. But because Bryce and Addison, you know, people are really into Bradison, they ship them a lot harder than they do these other couples. Less attention was on that. There also was a crazy thing around the same time where a prank show got a fake Josh Richards and a fake Nessa Barrett lookalike to sit at BOA. And they seem to be hanging out a lot. Also, this is the second time that Josh has used a TikTok famous girl in his video to get views. Also, Addison,
what was the first time?
Addison was recently on T-Talk, which is his other show that he has. And
Addison, he's busy. I respect that. He's also got a show with the guy from Barstool Sports, a podcast.
Yeah, and didn't Josh slam other influencers for clickbait? I'm pretty sure on that Barstool Sports podcast, he was annoyed with people who were like befriending him and videotaping him for their own personal gain.
Yes, he did mention that, but actually the more interesting thing with that addresses the story is that Dave of Barstool Sports had accused Nessa of using Josh for clout, because when they started dating, Nessa had significantly less followers than Josh and now has her own following, but now it seems like the tables are turned a little bit.
Does she have more followers than him?
I don't think so. No. I think she has, but she has a good amount, and you know who Nessa Barrett is because she was Josh's girlfriend, and then she got fans from that. So,
but she might even surpass him. I mean, some people, it's so funny how things evolve and grow. Like if we were doing this show 5 years ago, we would have been talking about Cameron Dallas and all of his crew. Now we're talking about this crew. But back in the day, and we talk about her every once in a while, but not as often as some of these other people, Madison Beer.
Yes.
She first got onto the scene because she was dating one of the guys from Jack and Jack, that duo. But now she's surpassed him.
Yep.
And just recently performed at the MTV Europe Music Awards.
Oh, wow.
So congratulations to Madison Beer doing legit things on a global stage. So if Nessa, who also is doing music like Madison Beer, plays her cards right and does a good job, she might surpass Josh Richards in popularity. And I did like that. I'm in pain. I remember it. It's a catchy song.
Yeah, I think she's talented. I also like that she talks about her mental health a lot, which I think is really refreshing when celebrities kind of try to normalize that and explain the struggles they're going through. So I feel like she has a big audience with the relatability with that, plus the music. But it always breaks my heart though to see exes like get back together, because I'm like, I don't know, someone likes the other one more, and I just want to make sure that they're both happy, especially Nessa.
Total aside, because we're live, and I read this literally minutes before we went live. A lot of you might know Ariana Grande. She's this singer. She was engaged to Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
But right before Pete Davidson started dating Ariana Grande, he was with Lizzie, oh God, I forget her last name. I literally just read it.
Larry's daughter, right?
Pete, yeah. Whose daughter was it again?
Oh, Larry David.
Yes, Lizzie David.
Yeah. No, it's not
Lizzie.
It's Cassie David.
There we go.
Cassie David. Yes, she was with. Yeah, and that was and they were dating very close to each other.
So what I just read that was prompted by your talking about exes getting back together is that she dumped Pete Davidson, but then changed her mind, and then told him that she wanted to get back together, and he's like, no. And then 2 days later, she saw he was with Ariana Grande.
And then they got, and that went like,
Could you
so fast.
imagine?
They got engaged, like everything. That is crazy. That's so crazy.
I also want to put a pause and just a total other aside.
Yes.
Today, if you're watching this live, is Veterans Day. So thank you to all of our troops currently serving and everybody who has previously served. And an extra special thanks to all of the thirsty servicemen that I follow on TikTok who love to get shirtless. That is another kind of service. And there are so many of them that are just thirst trapping every day on TikTok, and I truly appreciate you. In fact, I'll name 2 of my favorites.
Okay.
I wasn't even
Shout them out for Veterans
I love
Day.
our show because it's live and anything goes, right? There are no rules.
No, there's no rules.
One, Garrett Nolan. Do you know Garrett?
No, I
You
don't.
don't?
No,
Oh my
I'm going to follow him right now.
Follow Garrett
Follow
Nolan.
Garrett Nolan. Okay.
Tell him Perez sent you. And second, It's Nate. Have you heard of It's Nate?
No, I haven't.
No.
I'm turning you on
Guys.
to New Talent. They both have a lot of followers. Actually, Garrett Nolan is somebody to keep an eye on because I first discovered him a long time ago because I like following hot dudes on TikTok to keep it real. But since that time, he's grown so much. I think he's got over 6 million followers.
Whoa.
And he even signed up to now be a part of the same management company as Josh Richards and Bryce Hall. So he's part of Talent X. That means I wouldn't be surprised if a move to Los Angeles is in his future and he starts collaborating with all of these dudes. And then we're going to start talking about him right here on the regular.
Sounds like he could be the next Noah Beck because, you know, Noah Beck was like the new sway guy.
Right,
and like now that he's with Dixie, I feel like we need a new TikTok heartthrob.
Well, he's a little, he's like in his early 20s.
Oh.
So he's great for us.
Yeah.
But for this demo that loves like Noah Beck,
they want
him a little younger.
That's very true. Well, I kind of wanted to go back to the whole idea of the possibility of Bryce Hall being the most mature Sway House member at this moment. And I think that has to do with Addison Rae and her influence on him. What do you guys think?
I don't know, because I just saw TikTok that he and Addison made together, and he called her the B word in the video.
Oh no!
Did you see that one?
Was that the song though? The song had.
Yeah, but he lip synced, and then when it was time to say the B word, he looked right at her.
Oh, I don't like that.
No, I don't like that at all.
Yeah, don't call girls you're dating the B word. That is
like,
not a good word.
The song had it. I get it. He could have even said it, but when he said it, he turned to her and called her the B word.
I already know what their comment is going to be about this, press. What they always do when these songs come out. It's just a TikTok trend. It really means nothing. We're just doing this.
He didn't have to look at her. Anyways, I'm going to pontificate and just guess that this video was done the day after he got into the fight. If not the same day, then it was the day after. So he was feeling, I got to be extra good.
Oh, this, yeah.
This video.
Also, golfing is probably a trigger for him because he got into that fight before golfing before. So he didn't want to have any more altercations on a golf course. That could be a very big part of it. I also imagine that he probably was texting Addison most of the time. Addison also recently said that they don't party anymore. So that was like another thing she put down.
Well, she shouldn't. She's not even 21 years old.
Well, I guess I mean like being in an area where people are partying.
We're still in COVID.
Yeah. Well, then there's the whole Ariana Grande calling out people going to Saddle Ranch, which I mean, a lot of TikTokers said she's right for that. And Bryce called out Ariana Grande for using TikTokers
as a marketing gimmick, he said.
Yeah.
I don't think she needs that. She's got the number one song and the number one album. Well, not the number one song. Last week it was number one. Positions is number 2 this week, but she's got the number one album in the country. So congratulations to her.
Yes. Congratulations, Ariana Grande. Amazing. Madison, what do you think about Bryce Hall and all this and the whole Sway boys?
I mean, I think it's really surprising that he's controlling himself. We'll see how long that lasts. I mean, for all we know, they could be recording something insane right now as we speak. Exactly. My question though is going back to the whole Josh and Nessa thing. Did she actually drive all the way to her ex's house just to wave at the camera and leave so that they can ditch her and go golfing? Like there in the background?
She was there a little earlier, but unfortunately we are running out of time, so we have to go. But Madison, thanks for joining us. And guys, let us know what you think about this new Josh Richards video and if Bryce Hall will be the new mature Sway member. Let us know your thoughts. I'm Gabi Conti.
I'm Madison
Perez Hilton.
Bye, guys.
Bye.